the know-it-all, Adam Kelsall, the has-been, Billy Joe Shieldsby, legend, Phil Anderson. Together, they are Grupetto Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Grupetto Show. Tonight we're going to be doing our inaugural
penultimate
mid Tour de France preview. Billy Joe, how are you?
I'm exhausted, Adam Kelsall.
How many nights straight have you done?
Of watching the tour? Every single night. I have been staying up till about 9:30 and then going, bugger that, this is too late, and then watching the highlights the next evening at 5:30.
You told me before over dinner that you'd watched every stage.
Yeah, I'm a filthy liar, Adam. I'm pretty sure you would have known that by now.
I can't believe you say these things and then as soon as the camera comes on, you say something else.
Total liar. I'm not to be trusted.
Now,
a little bit.
People who have been watching up until now thought I had Phil Anderson on my T-shirt and then noticed that I moved. Here's a poster of Phil and...
Well, we have a special guest in the show, in the studio tonight.
A very special
Very
guest.
special guest because we
guest.
started out high. We set the bar high with Phil Anderson, as you know.
So before we go there, let's look at a bit of Phil merchandise.
We do have some lovely Phil merchandise.
We revealed in the last
some memorabilia,
show,
in fact,
that Phil was the very first
factory pilot.
Oakley factory pilot. Let's say Oakley again.
Oakley.
Are they Oakley glasses?
They could be Oakley. They definitely could be.
I would love to review some Oakley jawbreakers if I ever get the chance. So here we have Phil.
That's right.
Phil, do you want to zoom in on that, Norm? There's our huge zoom. There's Phil modelling the Oakley Phil Anderson model.
Oakley Phil Andersons, I think those were called.
They were called the
100%.
The factory Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-hipster.
The filthy Phil.
Pre-hipster. This might be an adults-only episode because we do have a semi-nude picture of Phil as well.
There's Phil in the bathroom shaving his legs. Now, that is an iconic image.
It is. If you look at it the way I'm looking at it right now, kind of looks like he's on the toilet, though. Yeah.
Let me have a look. He might be cracking one off. We know from previous episodes that Phil was the very first guy, as well as being an Oakley factory pilot, to try that up on the handlebars.
Yeah, yeah. And back in the day, they actually, when they first came out, do you remember what the nickname was for them?
No.
They called them taps. Do you know that? This is a fact.
Oh, because
do you remember this, George?
Because you tapped them.
They called them taps because they were like the big taps in hospitals.
Were you talking to George Hincapie then?
No.
Is
George Hincapie's not here.
Is he the guest speaker?
Why would we scrape the bottom of the barrel like that?
Ooh.
We've got the one and only George Valence in studio.
Welcome, George. George is going to be our fact checker tonight.
Yep.
Because
hiding in the dark there.
Nobody had told me this, Billy Joe.
10-time Melbourne to Warrnambool rider.
10-time Melbourne to Warrnambool.
2-time Sun Tour rider. State, national, Oceania Games.
We've also got some Motorola playing cards.
Baseball cards.
Yeah, kids used to swap these.
They did.
The Phil Anderson one was worth 5 Renee Kink ones. There is the dude, the Lance, the Texan cowboy in his rainbow jersey.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oslo, 1993.
Now, why do you remember that so well? Hang on, let's check with the fact checker. Why does Billy Joe remember Oslo 93 Worlds? He was.
If you didn't hear that off camera, apparently I was a world champion in 1993 as well.
Same year, same town.
It's right there. It's right there.
Now we've got...
This is us keeping our cameraman busy by just pointing to random things all over the room that we did not discuss before the show.
We've got one other thing.
We do.
One other Phil thing.
Oh, we do. Our special guest.
Oh, no, before that.
Oh.
You keep talking. I'll go get it.
Move over, Bruce Jenner. We have... This is not the Wheaties box. This is the multi-grain box. And we have Mr. Phil Anderson there. Clearly not transitioning into a woman.
That's
just transitioning into a legend.
That's pretty special. And on the back, I'm a bit confused. Muddy Fox. I thought they made
mountain bikes,
but apparently they made road bike as well.
We also have various bits of Phil. As most people would recall from Phil's stint with Motorola back in the day, he sported the very first, if you don't count Laurent Fignon, ponytail.
I'm so excited about this.
I know, I'm so excited about this too. And our number one guest in the studio tonight, super duper whiz bang, not his hairdresser, his actual ponytail.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Phil's ponytail.
Tony.
His Tony Pale. Phil's Tony Pale.
Can you believe this show just blows me away? I come down here, I finish work on Friday, I come down, I get to sit next to a track world champion and I get to sit next to Phil's ponytail.
Adam gets blown. Every time he comes into this place, he is blown.
Okay, so we said we'd talk about Le Tour.
Yes, Le
Let's
Tour.
talk about Le Tour. So current standings after stage 14. Are we that far in?
I think we're into 16, aren't we, George? Stage 16? Just
16?
say yes. We
Are
don't
we
check
that
anything
far?
on the show.
We've
Yeah,
only
I
got
believe
5
this is
stages
16.
to go. Wow.
Well, there was a rest day. Before we get... Well, we just say Orica Greenwich has taken a very interesting approach to this tour by having more rest days than most of the other teams.
Probably 16 rest days, I would say.
I
so
noticed
far in
they
this
had a
tour.
rest day the day before the rest day. They had a recovery ride on their time trial bikes. They took it very easy on that one. They made sure no one got too tired or sweaty or anything. They probably didn't want to have to wash the skin suits that night. I'm guessing no one...
Keep them clean.
They weren't sweaty or anything
Keep
after
them
that
clean.
one. No.
So overall, in Le Tour, Billy Joe, we've got first Chris Froome from Britain, second TJ Van Garderen, and in third Nairo Quintana. Quintana. I keep getting that wrong.
Nairo Quintana.
Robert De Niro Quintana.
Robert De Niro Quintana.
Yes. Yeah. Now, fourth, Valverde, the 58-year-old.
That's right.
How do you say his first name?
Alejandro Valverde.
I think J-Lo sang a song about that or something.
He brings all the milkshakes to her yard or something. Is that right?
So let's kick things off talking about Vincenzo Nibali, who's currently 9th in the Tour de France.
And he's going to be looking for nibblies on getting a new contract somewhere shortly.
Yes, because overnight his team director, director sportif, is that the right thing?
Yeah, DS.
Yeah, DS, Alexander Vinokurov, who is famous for having a stellar career, never using any gear.
No.
Never getting,
once got caught
and
using
we'll
any gear at all.
Fact check this, but never getting disqualified for 2 years and then winning an Olympic gold medal in his comeback race.
Why would he do that?
Terrific look for the sport of cycling, winning a gold medal straight after the comeback. Yeah. He announced overnight Nibali's getting the sack at the end of the year for coming 9th in the Tour.
Not the good sack, not the good sack of goodies. No, the bad sack.
The bad sack. They're gone.
So get the hell out of here. The DCM.
Because,
don't come Monday.
If your team Astana, you can just pick up another general classification rider easily. You know?
Absolutely.
Oh, we've seen it in Australia. They
don't have any reputation issues.
Yeah.
No, everyone's confident and comfortable to go.
Very common.
But in breaking news, we did just find out that from next year, Nibali riding for Orica Greenwich.
Orica Greenwich. Yeah. Yes.
Breaking that news here on the show.
TJ in second place.
TJ, the European American. Most European sounding name in the whole tour. And is he Yank? Or is he a Pom?
It's he
says US there.
He's American. So
do you reckon
he follows,
changed his name to sound more European?
I think so. To so that the French would like him.
Yeah, I bet his name's something like Travis Bickle or something. Something American.
Because the French don't traditionally like US cyclists.
No.
But will he, Billy Joe, and I'm interested in your thoughts, George. TJ, will he win the Tour de France one day?
Let's throw to Phil first and see what he says.
Phil?
Phil's amazingly silent on this. I think he does not wanting to step into the controversy here.
In third place,
Nairo Quintana? Niro Quintana.
Robert De Niro.
Both of them are right there in fourth.
Robert De Niro quintuplets.
Robert De Niro quintuplets is...
Now, he hasn't thrown... What's the saying something about anger? That he hasn't
thrown down the gauntlet.
He hasn't done it.
Being a small man, his gauntlet's going to be a touch smaller. It's going to be a small gauntlet, possibly a mitten.
He
hasn't cast the mitten down yet.
He's in third.
He's in third.
I think he'll finish third.
I'm going to predict he's going to win.
Now, a guy that I'm really interested in, you're predicting he'll win?
Yeah, I'm predicting a Quintana win.
Okay, talk us through the scenario that you see playing out.
I think what's going to happen is that in one of the overnight stopovers, they're going to forget to plug Froome in. Sorry, not him, his bike.
Christopher Froome?
Yes, they're going to forget to charge his bike up overnight. And the resistance of the motor against the bottom bracket spindle, I think, is going to cause some problems. Yeah. That's my prediction.
I said on my mic. What are you telling me, Billy Joe?
What do you mean? No, I just said if they don't remember to charge his bike up overnight, he's going to struggle. He's going to... Didn't we all know about this?
What?
Wait. You know he's got a motor in his bike, right?
A motor?
Yeah.
No.
Is that... Well, he's sponsored by e-bike. Isn't he?
Chris
Froome.
Chris Froome.
Are we not supposed to talk?
He's got a motor in his bike.
Norm, you're going to have to edit this. Can we edit?
Yeah, let's cut it out. Stop the camera. Billy Joe, in a big surprise in this year's Tour de France, Alejandro Valverde is in 4th place, gunning for the podium. He is only 4 minutes down.
Yes.
On Christopher Froome, who is riding with an engine. Mm. So he's gonna get kicked out once that gets discovered.
His VO2 max this year is
mid-90s.
1.5 horsepower, apparently.
Yes. But apparently the UCI check for motors now, engines.
They do.
In the bikes.
Yes.
So...
Have they checked the soles of his feet? Because I've got a feeling it might be in his hips somewhere. It might be engaging through an electrical contact on the pedal. I don't know.
And he also has a very unusual pedaling style, Christopher Froome.
He does, but that can be traced back to having grown up in Africa where you do spend a lot of time. There's a problem with fire ants.
Fire
ants, yes. And so you do spend a lot of time doing this kind of thing. Here we looking down and
trying to stomp on the ants.
Genetically modified athletes. I mean, clearly this young man has praying mantis DNA in his body because he clearly either he skips arm day at the gym or else those arms are just decorative.
I don't think he's even got arms.
No.
They're just like when the camera goes around the side, they're just bits of paper with drawings of arms.
Yeah.
So
we do have another
guest.
Yeah, we have another guest on the show here. Just come sit here in the middle, young fella. No, you're right here in the middle. Why not?
Is this Christopher Froome?
I believe you're supposed to be in bed.
Yeah, I think so too.
What's going on?
I need to ask you something.
Okay.
But I forgot.
Manny Shearsby, everybody.
Manny?
Yeah?
What's that over there? Have you noticed what's over there?
Phil's ponytail.
What do you think about having Phil's ponytail in your lounge room?
It's a bit strange, but cool in the same way.
It is cool. Do you think Phil looks better with it or without it?
I don't know.
Can you believe that Phil's 90?
90?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's an old dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And if we all got on bikes, he'd still beat us.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's pretty cool for 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can only say his last name, Valverde.
Alejandro Dirty Sanchez Valverde.
Alejandro. We started talking about him before. 4th place. Currently 4th in the TDF in this year's Le Tour.
Yep.
The guy is probably one of the oldest dudes in the Tour, but not as old as you'd think.
He's not as old as Adam Hansen.
Adam Hansen's very old.
Yeah.
Adam's completing his 58th Tour this year.
Yeah.
Consecutively.
And as for a 65-year-old man, that's a decent effort.
Makes his own shoes.
Is that correct, George? Correct, good. Lucky we brought in a fact checker for this episode because people have criticised some of our facts.
Phil.
George is right there.
There
you can
he
see
is.
Give us a wave, George. There he is.
The man in the shadows. Phil, your thoughts on Alejandro?
Look, he's not wanting to weigh in on this again. Phil's... I think some of the other TV channels and shows might be looking to poach Phil. I mean, based on the performance of some of our other fellow sports commentators, I don't know why they would be doing that.
Commentators.
Yeah. Commentators. Well, as I was saying before, Phil's been remarkably quiet tonight, and I think he's nervous about the edginess, maybe, of Grupetto's show because, we are prone to drop the occasional F-bomb or, sometimes not 100% fact check something. Some of our other contemporaries, can we call them contemporaries?
Yes.
Peers? They're definitely our peers.
Our peers.
Matty Keenan. He has done a stellar job of helping me go to sleep each night in the first hour of the tour coverage.
Rating out of 10 for Matty
out of
Keenan?
10, he gives me, it's a solid 3.5. Solid 3.5.
What I want from Matty, he is a very attractive man.
He is.
He is a very attractive man. I want
In
more.
the large skull group of men, he's one of the hotter ones. I'll give him that.
SBS. I know that at 2:30 in the morning after the tour finishes, you watch the Grupetto show for ideas.
Yep.
Here's an idea: more Matty visuals.
More Matty visuals.
We
yes.
want to see Matty on camera.
That's right.
Especially
Wide angle.
the six pack
Wide
and
angle, definitely.
his legs.
Look, it's a tough job that he does. Commentating on the first 2.5 to 3 hours of a stage race where in the pros, let's face it, no one's doing a damn thing. They're just rolling along,
Tough
scratching
gig.
themselves. It's a tough gig. He does make it very interesting by his over-pronunciation of all the European names.
Yeah,
Alejandro Valverde.
he's a very good
I like that one.
how do you say it?
Pronunciator.
Pronunciator.
His pronunciation is on point. Paul Sherwin. Paul Sherwin. How long has Paul Sherwin been commentating on the Tour de France?
The Shermanator.
The Shermanator. Yeah. I mean, as half of the Shiggert. George, how long has the Shiggert been commentating on the Tour de France? So
Wow.
35 years minimum.
That's older
by
than-
my maths. And still says Nairo Quintana. He still doesn't understand. Phil, can you correct the pronunciation for that? No? They do roll deep with their cliches, don't they?
They do, but I feel like the cliches have gone from awesome to
Even better.
overdone to iconic.
Iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
iconic cliches, suitcase of courage,
Absolutely.
all of
Yeah.
that stuff. Impressive. So a score for Paul Sherwin.
Oh, look, I'm going to give him a 4.5.
Yeah,
out of 10.
I'm gonna give him an 8.
Okay.
He's
good.
got new glasses.
He does actually.
Again, it seems like you're you're an aura guy. I'm a visual
I'm
guy.
a very oral guy.
I'm
absolutely.
a visual guy. I think the
I'm all
glasses.
about the oral.
Paul Sherwin, the glasses, and
Yep.
and maybe a little bit of
A little bit of Botox, possibly. A little bit of the old Shane Warne sucky facey thing. I'm going to give Phil Liggett the second half of the Shiggert. I'm going to give Phil. Still going to give him a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Only because his wife gives a damn good massage.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I've heard that
It's true. I don't even know what you're going to say right now. I'm just going to confirm it before I even hear it.
I'm not sure I even want to say this.
I definitely want to hear
Our
it.
executive producer, the guy that funds the Grupetto show, he's behind the camera. He's
Scratching
shaking
himself.
his head vigorously.
Adjusting
He's
his
going, "Don't
crotch."
say it, don't say it." I've heard all the ladies on the tour call Phil. They call him.
What is it? What do they call him?
Please delete that.
You know, every time you say, please delete that, you know exactly what I do.
It's going on the highlight reel.
This 2015 Tour de France has seen an emergence of a new force in race commentary. The man with the smoothest hair I've ever seen. It doesn't move. I'm speaking of none other than... I've forgotten his name.
Robbie McEwen.
Robbie McEwen.
Captain Crystal Cranks.
Captain Crystal Cranks, your score for Robbie? What have you...
Zero.
What hasn't he brought to the commentary?
Well, he hasn't still paid me for my cut from the Port Pirie wheel race from 1993.
How
so
much
until
does
then,
Robbie-
he gets a zero nada.
How much does Robbie owe you, BJ?
I don't know. If he'd bought me a beer, I probably would have forgotten about it by now. But not even that.
I have heard very deep pockets. Deep pockets, Robbie.
He follows a lead out very, very tight. Like he will sit tight on that wheel, but not as tight as the man himself. They don't come any tighter.
What do you think he's brought to the
He hasn't bought a goddamn thing, I'll tell you that. Anything he has bought has been given to him on that tour.
So, probably my favourite commentator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we call him a commentator, but we cannot forget to mention Phil. We cannot forget to mention Gabriel Gattei.
Oh, Gabriel Gattei.
When I'm watching the tour at night, Gabriel comes on. The Twitterverse explodes.
It does.
With positivity
Yeah,
about
it
Gabriel.
does. I'm going to have to just get into character here.
Who was that guy?
I have no idea. Tonight, I am making a sausage roll. I have special one which we get from a box from Aldi. We're going to use cheese in this one. One for me, one for the pot. This is special cycling food. There is no one in France that has that accent, do they?
Your Gabriel Gatte's accent sounds very Cartman or some South Park character.
I think it's the same thing.
So score.
There's nobody in France with Gabriel Gatte's
Score
accent.
for Robbie.
0. Yeah, 100%.
0.
Yeah, 0. One
Wow.
big fat 0. Robbie, we can sort this out, young fella.
So when I see Mike Tomalaris,
Let's get into Tomo. We have to get into Tomo.
Mike
This is how Tomo holds the mic.
Mike Tomalaris,
Like a true professional.
next to, so are you Mike?
You're Robbie. I'll be Mike.
I'll be Robbie.
How did you find that stage there, Robbie?
Hey, it was terrific. Hey,
Hey, do you
Mike.
reckon you could shout us a coffee, Robbie?
hey, Mike.
Robbie, could you shout us a coffee?
Yeah.
Rob, hey,
Can we just zoom up to Mike's hair?
Can I get that $5 from dinner?
We can't do it. So seriously,
work.
Tom. Since I've never noticed Tomo's hair before,
Neither have I.
but since Robbie's come on board,
Do you know what? Tomo should get a sweet tattoo. as
He's
well.
very-
Then the way he holds the mic would work even better.
Robbie's very suave.
And short.
Tomo not so suave. So
Tomo's all right.
can Tomo do something with his hair, or is it the old dude trying to look cool?
Oh, I think you're just picking on him. No, look, he looks all right. He looks okay. Compared to the little weirdo that Robbie is, I think he's doing fine.
So this is Tomo's 20th year on tour.
You'll be able to tell. There will be a specific point where we will notice when Robbie has overtaken as the draw card on the shows, which is when they will start digging a trench for Tomo and no box for Robbie.
So prediction for the week to come.
I predict that, as I said, someone's going to forget to plug Froome in or his bike, and that something's going to go pear-shaped there. I'm still thinking Contador or Nairo Quintana or Nero Quintana. Any one of those three could potentially come back and win
Based
this
on
race.
any sort of logical...
No logic.
No?
No
Okay.
logic.
So I'm going to base my prediction on... Did you have anything else, or will I...
No, that's it.
So I'm going to predict Froome will explode because
Literally.
he has done... Boom.
His bottom bracket
He's
will
done-
blow up.
First couple of stages over the cobbles, worked it.
If his
Always on
arms
the
explode,
front.
it'll sound like this.
It'll sound like nothing.
Nothing
Bits of
like-
paper just tearing.
That's it.
Worked really hard. Through the mountains, he's worked hard. Team time trial. Guess who was on the front for most of the race?
Chris Froome.
Froome dog. I think he's going to explode.
That mantis DNA runs deep, though.
I reckon, and I've just made this up right now,
Good.
TJ.
TJ Van der Arden.
TJ.
Son of Eric Van der Arden.
Tony Tony
Van der
Van
Velde.
Garderen.
Van Garderen.
Because I would love to say Contador,
You can, just say now.
But I think
Contador.
but I think the Giro's destroyed him.
That's right.
So my prediction, ladies and gentlemen, first place, and I know I said Pinot, but I'm going to go with TJ to win the Tour de France and follow in the tradition of Greg LeMond and get shot.
By 8 seconds.
Get shot before
Does he
next
need to be
year's
shot
tour.
first?
To win?
Yeah.
I think he can win and
I
then
think
get
he can.
shot. He's doing freaky stuff with the camera now.
I know. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking that.
We need to cross to Phil.
We do. Phil, can we get a wrap up from you there, Phil?
Phil, your thoughts on the tour? Who's going to win?
Once again, very quiet, Phil. Fortunately, Adam, with all this controversy about riders possibly being motor assisted in this year's tour,
E-bikes.
we have an expert in the field waiting for us at the Col du somewhere in France, Phil Anderson.
The engine was going fine. I was really surprised.
Yeah.
You know, it's really what you need in a racing frame.
Very enlightening there, I think, from Phil. Controversial, to say the least. What do you think, Adam?
Incredibly controversial. I remember Cancellara, the first guy to use an engine to win the double, Tour of Flanders and Paris-Roubaix. I can't believe...
But that's before the engines were illegal. Yeah.
I can't believe now. Froome dog.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm all for it personally. They won't have to dope as much if they've got motors.
That's true.
It's going to be a lot safer.
Physically, it's a lot better for them.
The fans will be impressed because they're going to go up those mountains really fast. The records will get smashed.
Yes, true. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the mid-tour Grupetto preview show. If you've got this far, you deserve an award.
Well, that was a comprehensive wrap-up. We brought you facts, statistics, rumours, results.
Some reviews of the commentary, the SBS commentary team.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
And until next time, from the has-been, Billy Joe Shearsby.
And the know-it-all, George, and me, Adam Kelsall.
Thank you for watching Grupetto Show.
How is it when we're filming and Norm does a crutch adjustment?
I know, I like that.
It's very distracting.
Keeps me interested, actually.